everyone, this is Intuitive Edge. Welcome to my channel. This is where we take an intuitive look at what's going on in our world. This is part 2 of a series that I began looking at the second half of the Democrat candidates that were on the debate stage. In particular, we're looking at their motivations, what motivates them to run for president, why they're in this, and also their level of consciousness. Have they moved past the levels of pride, anger, fear, and taken the step of courage to move into neutrality, willingness, and acceptance? We had one candidate that seemed to score well above that level of 200, which is what we want to see in a leader. So let's see if we can get a few more people above that courage level, those that have taken the steps to be neutral and accepting, a willingness to listen to other points of view, and a willingness to expand their thinking. Let's hope that we can find a few more of those to join the ranks of Mr. Tim Ryan. Okay, first up is Tulsi Gabbard. Now, Tulsi, the question of what motivates her is the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of reward. It's about being satisfied with a job well done, being proud of what you've done, and this is about taking personal pride in something. It's selfless in a way, because you're looking for not so much accolades from others, but you're looking to do the right thing and enjoy the fruits of what you've worked for. Her level of consciousness, is she above 200? Now, I had the Four of Cups on this. I love the imagery of this. This card, the imagery of that woman sitting off to the side, she's kind of a little pensive and like being offered something with this cup. But I do get a good sense with it. It's upright, and that line, that river, I feel like she's on the other side. I feel like she's crossed that threshold of the courage. So I did some of my own little muscle testing that I've done here, and I get her above that level of 200. So that's good. That's in her favor. That's good. That's what we want to see in leaders. Okay. So her motivation for running for president. Now, she's got the Fool reversed. The Fool is all about stepping out in something new. When it's reversed, it can be almost like you're stepping in over your head and you're a little bit like, wow, what am I getting myself into? But I sense that she's a little, I don't want to use the word naive, because that has some negative connotations with it. Like, I don't sense in a bad way, but maybe idealistic. Maybe that's a better word for it. I sense a real sense of idealism with her, and wanting to do, you know, something that matches with her values. And she's just like setting out. She's a pioneer kind of in that way, is what I get from her. Really pioneering spirit. Okay. Her lesson to learn. That's funny, what I just said. The Eight of Wands, this card came in reversed. This card is about things happening too quickly. So I'm wondering if that whole notion with the Fool kind of setting off, and this card of like jumping in too quickly, if she gets in over her head and tends to bite off more than she can chew, and then is like, wow, what have I got myself into? That seems to kind of be the theme with this card, continuing that as well. So that could be her lesson, you know, when to jump in, when to know when to sit something out, or to, you know, make sure you have a parachute on before you jump, kind of thing. All right. Outcome for her presidential bid. Is she likely to be the Democrat nominee? Now, I don't see that with this, because she's got the Three of Swords and it's reversed. Now, this is a card of betrayal. And I know that there was some scuttlebutt in the news because she kind of came out a little out of nowhere with some dirt on Kamala Harris, and kind of said some things about, brought up some of Kamala's past when Kamala was a prosecutor, and I think that she might have incurred some wrath among some of the prominent Dems that didn't take fondly to that surprise. So the card of betrayal on that, I don't think she's going to probably get the support that she needs to overcome it, which is unfortunate because she's got, with her being over that 200, that's good, and I think that she's got a good heart. But doesn't look like that'll be in store for her. So, but we'll see what happens. All right, okay. Next up. So next up is Kamala Harris. Speaking of Kamala, so motivation for her, what motivates her? She has the Sun card, Major Arcana. I think she likes to be in the limelight. She likes to be in roles of prominence, be out, be seen, be out in the limelight, and have recognition, it looks like. Level of consciousness, she's got the Judgment card on this, another Major Arcana. So this is like your day of reckoning. It's kind of a powerful card of really looking at yourself and taking stock of your life. It's kind of like that reckoning, that looking at yourself in like a light, like a microscope almost. Now, I did some of my own muscle testing type that I do, and I have her just not, like, almost not quite above that threshold that we're looking for. On the motivation for running for president, she's got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. That's the wish card. Wishes being granted. And that's her motivation. I think it's something that she's put her mind to, and it's like a wish, a dream, a hope, something that she's really invested in and looking at. I think she's definitely very invested in this run for president. Now, the next card, her lesson to learn, she's got the King of Swords reversed. King of Swords reversed. King of Swords is about, having, being able to make good decisions, being a leader, quality leader. When it's reversed, it's like kind of you're dealing with some negative aspects of leadership. So I'm thinking maybe she's either dealing with people that are like that, or aspects of that in herself, that maybe a critical leader, someone who is critical of others is what I mean. Or if she's being harsh in her leadership style. With this card, sometimes as a reversal can come impatience. So she may be needing to look at those leadership styles and qualities that she wants to cultivate. Outcome, a presidential bid, likely to be Dem nominee. Now she has a Major Arcana on this. Got the High Priestess, the Wisdom card. I think she's got some powerful backing, which may pull her possibly across that finish line. Now we'll see what happens in the days ahead. But I think she's got a pretty strong bid, and she's got, like I said, powerful people behind her. So, all right, let's see what's next. Next is Bill de Blasio. Now, first up, he has the Two of Cups reversed. This is on the question of what motivates him as a person. And I get that he he's kind of a people person, but he likes to be in charge. He likes to manage people. And I feel like he's kind of more of an organizing and managing people. I get that he'd rather be the one delegating to others. Yeah, okay. All right, next. Level of consciousness. I have the reverse Queen of Pentacles. So I get maybe just a hair, like, still working on making that leap, that jump. Motivation for running for president, he's got the Hermit card. This is the card of introspection. I'm getting the impression that he wants to change, like change what people see or change what people look at. Change the focus. I think there's something about the focus, probably where he sees maybe the country heading, but some type of focus that he's wanting to shift into something else. Change what people see. That's what I get with that. Lesson to learn. He's got the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Pentacles is about like getting kind of unstuck out of your own rut. And this is like getting out and tackling new tasks. But I think that I get this impression with that first card that he's likes to have other people kind of take the brunt of things and do things. And I think this is about using your own power to create and do things on your own. Sometimes you have to put a little elbow grease into things to get things done. I think he's the delegator. So that may be a lesson to take on a little bit more of the, not everybody around you do everything for you, but sometimes you have to get in there and do stuff too. Not saying he doesn't, but that's just what's coming to me. All right. Okay, on the question of the outcome of presidential bid likely to be Democrat nominee, got the Seven of Cups. This is a card of like overwhelm, a little too much going on. I don't sense that per se. Yeah, I don't quite sense that for him. So, all right, next. Okay, next is Michael Bennet. Now, first card up, what motivates him? This is the same card we had for Tulsi Gabbard, the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of wanting to have the reward of a job well done and sense of accomplishment. That is a big motivator for him, is doing a good job, and it's that sense of accomplishment. Level of consciousness above 200. Now, he's got the 10 of Pentacles. Not a bad card to have. Show you that card there. This is a card of family stability, honor, job well done, hard work. Let me take a look at that real quick. I'll be right back. So I do get him above that level of 200 of courage. So that makes 2 so far. That's great news. 2 people, woohoo. All right, good. Now, King of Cups is the next card. This is on lesson to learn. So his lesson, this is all about leadership. I think he is a natural born leader, and having the King of Cups there is, this is learning to how to negotiate, I think. How to work with people, how to get people on board with your ideas, how to sell your ideas to others. I think he's somewhat good at that, but I think there's some fine tuning or some more that he could be doing with that. So next is outcome for presidential bid, likely to be Dem nominee. Now I've got the 10 of Wands. This is kind of a downer card. This is a card of picking up and carrying a burden. It's kind of a heavy load. So in the context of, likely to be the Dem nominee, and you've got this heavy burden card. But I think that this is like not time for him yet. That's not something that he'll be burdened with at this time, or carry at this time. So, but we'll see. We'll see as we go, because the field's going to narrow down and things could change from there. So, all right, next. Okay, next is Julian Castro. And I have for him, the motivation is he's got the King of Wands. So I take this as someone who wants to be in charge and desires to be an authority and be in charge. and who feels like they can do the best job, and just put them in charge and watch them go. Level of consciousness, I've got the Two of Pentacles, and it's on the reversal. Two of Pentacles is about weighing your options. Lends a little bit of like indecision, like kind of like not sure. So I think he maybe is close to that, making that leap. But I don't know that that's like a solid yes. The motivation for running for president, I've got this, the Innocence card, the Six of Cups, childhood and innocence, and it's reversed. The Six of Cups reverse is like sneaky, a little sneaky motives. So I'm wondering if he's got a little bit of a hidden agenda or some type of ulterior motive. May not be completely on the up and up about the true motive behind this run for president. Lesson to learn, I've got the Three of Swords reversed. This is that card of betrayal, having to work with difficult people or work through challenging situations. So last card outcome for the presidential bid, we have the Emperor. Now that's a pretty powerful card to have on the outcome position. So he may be pushing through as a contender, as a real contender, maybe toward the end. He may be one of the last people standing. We'll see what happens a little closer to, but having that Emperor card tells me he's got the backing and the strength and the desire to see that through. It's kind of a powerful card to have on that position. So a little concerning with the level of consciousness. You want to bring that up a little bit, especially with somebody who's driven with that King of Wands and that Emperor card, that wants to be in charge. You really have to be coming from good, pure motives. All right, next. Okay, next is Cory Booker. Now for Mr. Booker, we've got the King of Swords on the motivation. What motivates this person? It came in reversed. This reminds me of somebody who is fighting at perceived obstacles. Feeling a little bit almost like victimized, or like somebody's getting in your way, or, you know, people are kind of holding you down. It's a little bit of a projection, kind of like the other that's, you know, like fighting against this perceived injustice. This takes a little shift to be able to get out of that, but I think he's kind of just in that perceived injustice thing. And may or may not be the actual truth of it. Okay. Now, level of consciousness above 200, I've got the Page of Swords. I also did my little muscle test thing, and I get just, again, just like a hair, like needing to just crest over that hump, that courage to move into neutrality and willingness and acceptance. Now, the Page of Swords is about needing to stay, like trying to stay one step ahead. And that goes right along with that King of Swords too, of feeling like the victim, like you have to stay one step ahead of your perceived enemy or perceived problem. Okay. Now, motivation for running for president, we've got the Chariot. I think he wants to undo a lot of what President Trump has been doing. Reorganize, restructure, redo. Okay. All right. Her lesson to learn. Oh boy, that's a big lesson. The lesson to learn is the King of Pentacles reversed. The King of Pentacles reversed is perhaps one of the most difficult lessons to have in tarot, because this card is about this is all of the negative sides of a good leader. Conniving, greedy. So I'll just read from my little notes here. On the reversal of the King of Pentacles, we have an overbearing, aggressive, highly competitive, and selfish individual. It can be a slow, dull person also. So it brings out those negative qualities of the King, and this is the obstacle to overcome. So this is maybe for him learning what ways maybe he's exhibiting those qualities and finding ways to make better choices that are more in line with a strong leader. So anyway, that's that lesson. Okay, outcome of presidential bid. Now we've got the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of favor, being given something or handed something. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of year left, a lot of campaigning left, and a lot more people to get through. So we'll see what's next. So next is Jay Inslee. What motivates Jay? He's got the Two of Pentacles, and it's reversed, of course. All these cards are. Two of Pentacles is about weighing your options. It can also be, as a reversal, be a little more indecisive, having trouble making decisions or figuring out which is the best choice to make. You gotta like kind of balance that out with taking action. And so I sense a little hesitancy there. So next question is level of consciousness. So Nine of Cups is the wish card. Wish is granted. When it's reversed, it can be being in your own way, making things harder for yourself than they need to be. I also did my little muscle testing thing that I do, and I just got, again, a little under that threshold, that need to move into neutrality and willingness and acceptance. All right, motivation for running for president. We've got the Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords is a powerful, strong card. When she's reversed, she can be really almost treacherous. We kind of have to watch her back. She's kind of a backstabber. But I never like to see that reversed because she can be really treacherous. You got to watch your back with that Queen reversed. All right, lesson to learn. I've got the Death card reversed. Powerful change. Okay, I'll show you this card, Death card reversed. Without going too much into it, what I'm seeing, because it's kind of weird. But the basic message I'm getting with this card is the need to, when you're proposing radical shift and change, you have to use your head. You can't proceed empty-headed, or if the brain is not attached. Okay, I know that sounds random. It's just what I'm getting with the imagery with this. It's like, and I know he's big on like climate and all of that, but this is about needing to use your head and be wise when it comes to looking at making radical change. So likely outcome of being the Democrat nominee. I don't get that. It's got the Three of Cups. Three of Cups being the friendship and joy and happy card, but it's reversed. So there could be some challenges along that way. So I don't ultimately see him pulling ahead and, you know, being the nominee out of all these guys. But interesting cards that, you know, all the reversals and that seeing that brain out of the Death card was kind of interesting. So, all right, next. Okay, Joe Biden. So the first card out is the Suspended Person reversed, the Hanged Man reversed. This is about what motivates him. Now, the Suspended Person card is about giving up something to gain something. It's about weighing your options, and it's the card of self-sacrifice. As a reversal, it can be elusive, evasive, about commitment. But as a motivating fact, this is like a desire to be self-sacrificing and to help people. But there's something like a disconnect at the same time with that being reversed. Level of consciousness for him, I get the Six of Swords reversed. Like it's sadness card, having to move away from something or move on from something, and unfulfilled feeling with it. Okay, so the lesson to learn is the Star card. It's about the need to look inward, it says, my little notes, and focus on that which is subtle within oneself in order to find inner peace. It is about finding inner peace. It's about the hope to continue. And the willingness, again, moving into that willingness, that might be the obstacle, the challenge, where you can address some of those deeper issues on the inside through meditation, a spiritual practice of some sort. So that's the obstacle for him. It's doing some inner work. Okay. Outcome for him, likely to be the Dem nominee. I've got the Four of Wands reversed. Typically, the Four of Wands is a happy card. As a reversal, it puts a little damper on that. So there may be some challenges for him moving forward. We'll see. He's a front runner for now. He does have some pretty strong contenders, and we will be narrowing this down a little bit in the coming months and check back with this again and see who's kind of still holding the lead on this. So, all right, next up. Okay, next is Kirsten Gillibrand. The motivating factor for her is I have the Two of Pentacles, card about bringing things into balance. She may be one of those that likes to organize and put things in their proper place, have things running smoothly, put things in balance. Now I've got the Sun card with her. On the next question, level of consciousness. Now, that's interesting. Above 200, the Sun card, I would say probably yes. So I'm going to pause it and see what I get on my little tablet over here. Okay, when I do my little muscle testing on the side here, I do show her as above that critical level of 200. Now, what that means simply, just to recap, is that someone is, when they act, they're coming from a place of neutrality, willingness, and acceptance rather than coming from a place of anger or hate or arrogance or selfish ambition, ego, completely consumed in ego, okay? So there's some measure of willingness and, neutrality, willingness to hear the other side. Now, it doesn't mean, that anybody, two people might still disagree on policies and stuff. She may be completely wrong on everything, on what she thinks. I'm not saying that, but she could be. But if someone's willing, above 200, and they're willing to come from a place of being willing to hear another perspective, that's a healthy trait you want to have in a leader. So that's good if she's got that going for her. So good. Okay, motivation for running for president. We've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This is a card of hard work, and this is her feeling, I think, with her. The feeling is that things are not working, things are broken, and they need to be fixed. So that's her motivation, is wanting to get to work to make things work the right way, okay, according to her. Okay. All right, so lesson to be learned. We've got the High Priestess. This is wisdom and intuition. Learning to use your inner wisdom and your intuition when you're dealing with all the things that she's dealing with on the campaign. Learning about people, learning about policies, procedures, but it's incorporating your own inner wisdom and your gut knowing and your gut sense and trusting your gut. And so maybe some lessons to learn in that area of really using your wisdom. Okay, outcome, we've got the Pan, the Devil card. Now it is a major arcana. Devil card's a little challenging because it represents things that are a challenge, basically. So it could be a challenge getting to the finish line for her. I do sense that represents a big burden and challenge. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. Again, she does have that higher level of being willing to come from a place of acceptance and understanding and neutrality and willingness to learn. So that's good. But we'll see where that ends up. One more. We'll be right back. Okay, Andrew Yang, last but not least. Now, Six of Wands is on the motivation. Now, Six of Wands is wanting recognition. So he may be one that needs to be noticed, needs to be seen for his ideas, for his intellect, whatever he feels that he wants to put out there that he needs other people to recognize him for. He needs recognition. And so that's a motivating factor for him. Level of consciousness above 200. I've got the Ace of Pentacles and it's reversed. Let me pause. I'll be right back. So Ace of Pentacles, it came in reversed. I'll show it to you reversed. So I see that line in the picture. It looks like I think he's just there, like just ready to move out of that. Got to break through that wall, that 200 wall. I think he's just a hair under that. The Two of Swords is the next card, the motivation for running for president. This is a card of being in denial or not seeing the whole picture. This is like a card of denial or being in denial. And as a motivation for running for president, I just get something not being seen clearly. There's a desire there, but it's not, there's something not seen clearly. And I think it's by him in his motivation. Okay. Let me keep going. His lesson to learn, he's got the Three of Wands reversed. So this card, the Three of Wands, is about having a vision, looking forward, seeing the end in sight, and setting your eyes on your goal. Now, when it's reversed, it can be like getting the cart before the horse. It's like your end is in sight, but you're counting your chickens before they're hatched. You're not seeing the whole picture before you're trying to go forward with your goal. That kind of blends in with this Two of Swords as a motivation, this card before, this card of being in denial. So I think he's probably just inexperienced and young and maybe doesn't grasp the complexity and all the facets of everything that he needs to be thinking about and be doing as a president and all of the things that goes in with that. I think he may be thinking of it on a more of a superficial level and not really thinking of the deeper depth of the complexity of the job. So I think that's what this is saying about that. Okay. Outcome for him, he's got the Six of Pentacles. Again, this give and take card. We had this one show up for someone else back. So this is being given something, being given a hand out, a leg up. Could be in the form of donations. I don't know. Now this is give and take, this card. So sometimes I look at this as, is it time to give or is it time to receive? And so I think that there's possible gaps or delays in getting what you need moving forward. Okay, that's all I have for these 10 folks. Seems like there are a few more tonight than from the previous video. that are above that level of 200 that I like to see. So that's good. Wish it was a few more, but we'll take the ones that we get. So that's good. I'll be following up with these to see where we head in as things go on and as this progresses and as the campaign moves forward. And as people drop out here and there, we'll kind of narrow things down and see who's still sticking in there. So, all right, that's it for this video. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. If you liked it, leave a like, and we'll catch you next time. This is Intuitive Edge. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.